Hello everyone. So welcome back to my live channel with Sarah Yunus. I'm truly excited about today's conversation because we are diving into the subject that has the power to shape generations. I'm sure you're getting it what I'm trying to say. It's basic the future of education. So our guest today is someone who's not only passionate about learning but is also changing the way it's being delivered. So please join me in welcoming Richa Sinha, the co-founder of Prachitee Experiential School. So, through her unique approach, she is building a generation of learners who think, feel, and explore beyond the four walls of a classroom. Let's hear more about her inspiring journey and the philosophy behind Prachiti. So, let's welcome her. Hi, Richa. Welcome to my channel,
Hello.
Sarah Yunus.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
My pleasure. So, Richa, let's start with about your journey. What inspired you to start the Prachiti Experiential School? Because that's really a very important question before we dive into anything else.
Correct. Yes, Sarah. So, see, I have been into education since very long time. I am an educator. I'm a teacher, and my father always wanted to do something like this. So that was
Great.
ringing in around me when I was small. And when I
Okay.
grew up, I became a parent. I saw my
Mm-hmm.
daughter. So she was always behind why, like why we are doing this, why we are learning, why what will happen if we learn this. So this all thing was always there, and that made
Okay.
me realize that the learning will be much better, much beautiful if it is hands on. If the young learners they understand what they are doing. So
Mm-hmm.
this was the thought behind, and after COVID, when my founder director, Swapnil, she came up with a
Mm-hmm.
similar thought.
Okay.
And she always knew that I am passionate about education. So that's how Swapnil, Netra, and I, we all three joined hands and co-founded Prachati. So that's a
Okay.
brief story that how we started it.
It's been how long you have started this?
We started in 2023.
2023. Great,
So,
great.
yes.
So really inspiring. Actually, we always tell, and we have a motto of having this channel, Richa, that I always tell entrepreneurs that it's very good to start an entrepreneurial journey, but it is also very important to start something which you are passionate about. Because you see, now when you talk, now we can see the passion coming out, your interest coming out in this field, and then you are able to do justice to the work. You're able to think as a customer, you're able to because you know the pain points, that why you started this. Some experience has happened that wish this kind of education system, when we talk about your background, this kind of education system my daughter would have got, then the things would have been different. And inspiring that when you started this, I'm sure it's a very long way ahead, and I'm sure the parents are also getting the proper results out of it.
Yes, absolutely. So this is, see, when I was working as a teacher
Mm-hmm.
and with having students around, they
Mm.
children they are born with they are curious learners. We don't have to make them curious about anything. They are
Yeah.
by birth they are curious, and
Yes.
when we handle that curiosity, in a very proper way by answering those questions, that's what the learning,
Mhm.
and that's when the real learning happens, and it sticks throughout their life. They don't have
Mm.
to rote learn, they don't have to memorize anything. They will be a
Correct.
quick learner, they will understand where to apply what they have learned, and it will stick with them throughout their life. It will be with them.
Absolutely, absolutely. And nowadays, generation kids are very advanced. They are not like the 80s kids or 90s kids. So they are like,
Yes,
they know everything from birth. They are so
absolutely.
advanced.
And yeah, and we have to
So when
prepare them.
yeah, a little bit polishing is required. Like
Yes,
earlier days, what struggle teachers used to take in refining a child. Of course, that struggle is not so much because they are with the technology, they are with the knowledge. Thanks to the gadgets which we have at home, they use the gadgets, they watch the TV shows, and somewhere they are able to soon grab the things what we are telling. So something which you are telling, the experiential learning, is a term we hear often. But actually, what does it truly mean in the context of your school? Can you give me a little brief
See,
of it?
the word itself is experience, and that's what around. So when we say, Sarah, you can hear me?
Yeah, yeah. I just lost you. Please tell me now. Yeah.
So experiential is everything about experience. The word is moving around experience, and we
Okay.
work towards giving real experience to children. It's not a conventional method where teacher
Mm-hmm.
says, the child picks up, and the teacher
Okay.
makes the children do certain things. The
Mm-hmm.
child here decides that what we are going to do, why we are
Okay.
going to learn particular thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's experience. So here in Prachitee, what we do, we create small real life scenarios in front of children. We give them examples. We create real scenarios.
Okay.
Children there they start thinking how to face those scenarios, how to face those real
Mm-hmm.
problems. We
Okay.
make them aware of certain problems which is there every day around our life. And there they start finding the solution of that problem. And the beautiful part here, Sarah, is that they
Mm.
work in group. So
Great. Mm.
they work in group to find that solution. So it's not only finding solution, but various life skills are also being handled at that point of time.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
how to share opinions, how to accept opinions, thinking skills, problem solving. So this all happens in one simple project that is a problem which we give to children. And the
Mm.
teacher here is just a facilitator. She
Mm-hmm.
sees that the children are moving on the right track and
Okay.
she steps in when when they need help.
Okay.
And here on campus, we say that it's okay to make mistakes. So we
Mm.
children they're solving, and if they don't find answers, we say it's okay, fine. So this is what you have done. Now
Yeah.
reflect on it. Now think on it. What could
Right.
have been better, or what you could have done to make things better? So this is
Mm.
the entire learning process, the learning journey. This is how children learn in Prachiti.
Got it. So it's really nice, the group learning actually, the point is very important, because this group learning helps in many ways. It actually gives a teaching to, it can go to beyond, because what happens is many people, now when they are in good times or bad times, or when they need suggestions, or when they need, something, they hesitate. Because I think somewhere this education of group learning was not taught to them, for which they hesitate to ask for help, ask for advice, or maybe join hands with someone and make things work in a better way. So I think this is a very good initiative which you're doing by having the kids in a group thing, so that they expose to people, they learn, they know, they understand what is different views. Many people are very adamant, what I tell is right and nothing else. But it's, nobody is perfect in today's world. It was the same earlier also, but today we admit this, that nobody is perfect. Maybe I'm good in one quality, you're good in your qualities, you have your pros and cons, I have my pros and cons. I cannot say that, okay, because I have so many skills, I'm perfect. No, we are all humans. And I think this group learning will give the kids a very good experience to understand their pros and cons, that I'm weak in this, I'm strong in this. So that kind of, and when they get appreciated in the groups, that also builds the confidence in the child, that I'm good at this.
Yes,
When you appreciate
absolutely.
something, whether it is big or small, it's very important that parents should appreciate their kids.
And here we are, so at this young age, we are actually handling three C's here. If you see, we are
Hmm.
helping them for in collaborative working, in
Yeah.
teamwork. We are helping them in communication. What's the better way? How to put up their ideas in front of everybody. And of
Correct.
course, problem solving, that is critical thinking. So we adults, we know that what are the importance of these threes. If these
Correct.
three C's, we know a proper mixture of these three C's helps to solve
Yeah.
so many big problems, right? So at this
Absolutely.
early stage, we are doing that. We are trying to do that.
Yeah. It's a really good thing. So how do you balance this, the academic excellence with the real world learning? What kind of emotional development works in your classroom?
So this question comes to be a lot, that you are talking
Okay.
about, and parents also, that you're talking about experiential learning, you're talking about
Yeah.
problem solving, but how you balance academics with it. and
Correct.
how you can balance emotion, what you asked. So see,
Yes.
first let me answer. Emotionally is when they are working in group, they
Mm.
understand that when what are the proper ways of bringing things in front of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They children at this young age, they have their emotional outbursts, so we
Mm-hmm.
train our teachers to handle those outbursts. So
Okay.
teachers here, they are equipped to
Mm.
handle and to talk to those children
Mm.
so that emotional stability can be maintained amongst them.
Mm-hmm.
And now if you talk about academics, that okay fine, this is emotional and social you are
Yeah.
handling, how about academics? So
Yes.
we have made a blend to
Okay.
handle academics along with it. So there's a problem which is given to the child, and one a course that problem solving. It is
Mm-hmm.
almost a month where they
Okay.
work on that particular problem. They
Mm-hmm.
learn alphabets and numbers also. So
Okay.
in a very simple way, if they're learning about water, they learn
Mm.
about letter W also. So they learn how to write W, they learn the W sound, they
Mm-hmm.
learn about different words which starts with the letter W. So, and
Okay.
same with numbers. So, if they are learning certain number, kids
Mm-hmm.
count, they do role play, they set up a shopping mart at a
Yeah.
campus, and then they
Okay.
work on numbers. And
Okay.
along with this, so once the problem is solved, so suppose a simple problem that how can we
Mm.
save water? It is being
Mm.
presented to the children. In that process of solving, they understand the sources of water. They
Mm.
understand the natural and the man-built sources of water. They
Mm-hmm.
understand the different ways of saving water.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, so it's a different way of teaching things, not, it's a really interesting way, I think, of bringing things, because, many people just go through the books. So sometimes I think, I feel sometimes kids might be feeling it boring also to just go through the syllabus way, and, but when you put it in the exact scenarios, like how you said the shopping cart, or, like I remember now when you were just talking to me, it just came across to my mind when I used to stay in my previous areas in and around Fraser Town side. I used to have that, we have that more supermarkets. So once in a month, I used to see, a lot of kids coming in the supermarket, and, the teachers used to get them. And I was asking, what is this? Why have they come here? So I spoke to one of the teacher. I said, what's happening? Why are the kids here? So many. And she said, this is what we are giving them, the
Mm.
Euro kids, I think it was. So they said, we give them a scenario, we get them to the supermarket, and we show them how they need to behave in a supermarket, how they need to do their shopping, how they need to fill their trolley, which they should pick, which they should not. So it was really like, a very good initiative, which in education sector, I feel, when you come across this kinds of things, that, you're teaching child through an experimental thing. If I just sit and explain a kid that, we are going to a mart, don't do this, don't do that, I think it would take a lot of time for the kid to understand. And but when he went with his group of friends and the teacher, it gave him a little more better clarity, because sometimes we parents are good at our teachings, but then, what a teacher and what that group can do now, I don't think so any parent can achieve that.
Absolutely. And we go a step ahead and we make children buy those also things. So when they create,
Okay.
so on campus, we do a
Hmm.
pretend play
Okay.
where they actually sell and purchase.
Okay.
And that's how they get a whole scenario of this whole process of sale and purchase they understand. So,
Great.
and the law, and we have to agree, this will be with them throughout.
Yes. See, in our generation, when I was small, our schools didn't have this kind of extra learnings, It was only the books, the syllabus, what they give us, exam, aya, hall tickets, this, that, and all that. But my mom used to do these experiments at home. So she used to buy, like, 6 to 12 bottles of, and she used to fill it with candy, some with chips, some with, the favorite things, what we like. Every week, my dad and mom used to give us a pocket money, and they said that this is your weekly pocket money. You decide what you want to buy. So they used to write the prices on the bottles, and we used to, like, very particularly think, if we spend this much, we only have this, and then we cannot buy for the coming week. Or if I just buy this extra, then for the next 2 days I'll have to just sit without buying anything. I can only see the shop, but I can't buy. So yeah, those days parents used to put efforts in doing these experiments at home because schools didn't have these opportunities. But thankful to today's youth, today's generation, who's going to enjoy this all benefits in the school in a very proper professional way. What our parents could do at home, they did their best, with the normal things. But yeah, going to a supermarket and experiencing this is a really a different way, so it's really great.
Yes.
So Richa, what kind of transformation have you seen in kids by this kind of learning, can you just share some experiences?
Sure. So, communication is the first thing that when we talk about transformation or how we have seen children growing, the first thing
Mm,
is communication. Children, they have started opening up. So in the
mm,
first year, we have seen children coming from different backgrounds. We have seen children starting the schooling, and we also had children coming from different schools. What
mm,
we saw was that they started communicating. They started bringing their opinions and thoughts in front of teacher,
mm,
because teachers, the curriculum, the way learning happens here is that the learning will process with your inputs. So
mm,
children, they started bringing their thoughts, their opinions on the table. At home, parents used to come and say that they are asking a lot of
mm.
questions. So
Okay.
our homeworks are also our
Mm,
homeworks are also homework. We send family home. So
okay.
where the family sits and
Mm-hmm.
brainstorm and they find a solution for certain small that will help the child in school. So
Okay.
children going back and asking question, this is something
Mm,
what we saw. They were
mm-hmm.
quite observant. They started
Okay.
observing things around, that why it is
Mm,
happening, how could I help certain animal which I see on the road, how could I help them,
mm,
what are the different process, and actually they used to bring and discuss these problems in school.
mm.
So this is the
That's nice.
first transformation, I would say, that communication started happening, and academics also. So
Mm,
children, see, we practice A to Z, singing A to
mm.
Z.
Yeah.
They as I mentioned earlier also, so if they're learning about body,
Mm,
B and the B sound is being practiced throughout in a different way.
mm-hmm.
So the sound, the identification is there, it's instilled with them now.
Okay.
So even
Mm,
after anywhere they go out, they would be able to recognize B. They will be able to spell the B sound.
mm.
This is how,
Okay.
this is the another aspect, the academic aspect, I would say, the transformation has. We are seeing that. We are seeing children coming out with creative ideas,
Mm,
creative solution. So I'll just bring an instance that um,
yeah.
electricity, some discussion was happening, and the teacher asked that, how, what do you think, how
Mm,
we can save that? Very
mm.
small child, he said, the exhaust fans. For
Okay.
what's the need of exhaust fans? So we were talking
Um,
only about in the room, fans,
mm,
lights, corridor, and all. He said, exhaust fan in the washroom. When nobody is using, then why it is switched
mm.
on? You can switch it off, right? So,
Off.
and he was trying to figure out that how, where it is used, what we can do. So I have ample enough of examples
Yeah,
like
but I
this. It's
think that
just
this was
one
a really
example.
wonderful example for a small kid to get this point in mind.
Hmm.
Like elders like us will definitely say, suppose in our apartments, a lot of people keep complaining when there is no one in the lift, keep a option that the fan is off. Unnecessary when the lift is going up and down. Why is the fan running? If somebody wants it, they can just on the fan and they can take their thing. But why? So because we are in this generation, we are elders, we have learned everything. But when it comes from a kid's mind, it's really hats off that what kind of knowledge he or she is getting. It's basically the
Yes,
group he is. It actually shows up when he or she is given this suggestion. It means it shows up that in what kind of group he is sitting, he is having his thoughts shared, because the group actually makes a person much better. It gives a much better learning, much better experience. Hats off, I think you're doing a wonderful job, Richa, because making kids
yeah.
come to this level.
One thing I would add here is he was not
Yeah.
hesitant to talk about it.
That's very important.
Mm. Yeah, so he was not
That's very
hesitant to
important.
bring his idea. So this is
See,
the
he didn't have that
another.
second thoughts. Whether am I right? Whether am I wrong? Will anyone laugh at me or will anyone listen to me? You have actually removed his fear to make him,
Yes,
give him that public speaking authority from now itself, that what is right and
yes,
wrong, when I know something, I have a voice to talk about it. So that's a really great, I think, just with the small example, I'm really inspired with the transformations. I'm sure there would be many more examples happening in your daily life with these kids.
yes,
And actually
absolutely.
it gives you a very soothing feeling. Now see, when you're doing something and when you're getting the result out of it, it really relaxes you so much.
Yes, you get you are that's a happy place. And we are
Yes.
glad that children are happy because we get feedback from parents that, okay, my child
Right.
was crying because Saturday is off. We are like, okay. So
I
it's
think
a
that has to
happiness.
come. That's a point where, let me give you an example with this. When a child cries, the school is off, then it means that he or she is really enjoying that. See, basically I'm from Bangalore, so I stay behind Manyata Tech Park. I run a cafe
Mhm.
here. It's been 1.5 years.
Okay.
We are running a cafe called as Chaska
Okay.
Gali. So it's been run by my mother and myself. And Mondays we have off because one day we deserve to have that break. We sometimes go out for dinner, some shopping, this thing, and all that stuff. So when we are off on Mondays, like when we open Tuesdays, why are you off? Is it necessary to keep Mondays off? So my mummy is like, beta, एक दिन we need rest na, one day in a week. No, you take 15 days off. Why is that? At least you open little late on Mondays, you can finish everything. So, that actually gives a kind of, happiness that, yeah, someone is waiting for us on Tuesday and
Yes.
actually noticing that Mondays we are not available. When people notice that, now when a kid notices that it's tomorrow is Saturday and I don't have my school, oh my god, Saturday Sunday I'm going to be at home. So it means that that person is enjoying the thing. Many children's, before preschools and all that, and when my cousins also say that admission ho gaya, I'm like, did your child cry? Did your child cry? I keep asking, did he or she cry? Because the first thing comes in mind is, in childhood we used to do that when mummy papa used to leave us, go like cry like anything, as if something as drastic has happened. But today's kid, they happily go. My one of my cousin's son, he goes happily to school, and I ask, does he go happily? Yeah, yeah, he goes happily to school. He in fact enjoys the school. So I think it's a very
Mm.
good revelation our education system has taken, that we are seeing kids happily going to school, which was not their earlier
Absolutely.
days. And
Yes,
I'm
yes,
sure your academy and your school is also doing the same initiative. I think Prachita is achieved that
Prachitee. Yes,
as a
yes,
Prachiti, right? Okay, I'm sorry for the wrong
yes,
pronunciation. So that's
yes.
really great. So, Richa, I would like to ask one more thing from you. See, has you are someone who has pioneered the change in the education system. Of course, many people are doing there
Mhm.
at their points, but what you're doing is really inspiring, and it's also you're able to see the transformation in the kids. So, what advice would you give to the parents and the educators who want to adopt a more experiential approach to the education?
See, I for parents, I would say, home. See, this is very cliche statement, but I'm going to make it that home is the first school.
Mhm.
So when parents, so to parents, I will say yes, home is the first school, and so would Prachati. In Prachati, we believe that parents and school together works for the upbringing and the development of the child. So we are a
Okay.
committee. So parents, yes, they join hands with us and they work the way we are working. We tell parents that whatever problems you have, you come with us and you start adapting on the solutions what we give. When we are stuck with any particular child, we go to parents and we say that
Mhm.
this is what we are facing. So here
Mhm.
what we do? we say that yes, definitely home is something which is a first school for the child.
Yes.
Work and what we are.
I think we just lost her. We'll have to join her back in 2 3 minutes. So till then, it was really a very interactive session, and I'm sure you're all enjoying the session like how I am. Really inspiring, to understand how the education is being taught different way. In fact, becoming more interesting for the kids, and giving a little more knowledge, because they are learning with real experiments. They are not learning just with the books, like our normal times we used to have history, max, this and all that stuff. So here it's basically experimental learning. They are showing the real facts. They are making them do things. Okay, Richa is back with us. Let me just join her. Hi, Richa, you're back again.
I, yeah, I was wondering
Hi.
what happened.
I was just telling
Anyway,
my viewers to stay back with us. There is some connection issue, and because we were on a
yeah.
very good topic, and really wanting to hear
Yes.
that, because you have experimented this. So please carry on, Richa.
Yes, so as I was mentioning that we parents and Prachati, they join hands and they work on the
Hmm.
development of the child. What we work
Okay.
is that whatever they are learning, we make it
Hmm.
more structured and we
Okay.
provide that environment. So the
Hmm.
when the child is happy, so that's why I use the
Hmm.
word happy place. When the child is
Yeah.
happy, they're
Hmm.
interested to learn and they're motivated to do
Right.
things whatever is happening around in the environment. And for the
True.
educators, you mentioned that how educators is just
Yeah.
believe in yourself. That's it. I would say that just believe on your passion, believe yourself. And
Hmm.
each educator, teacher, everybody around is making a
Yeah.
difference. When a child
Right.
says that I want to go to school, it means that we are making a difference. If a child says that I want a particular teacher, it means the teacher is actually making difference in that child's life. So
True.
my
Absolutely.
only what I would suggest is believe in yourself and and that confidence that yes, I'm making a difference.
Yes.
I'm doing it correct. I'm making a difference. And one very important statement is that it's okay to make mistakes. We all
Yeah.
make mistakes. As you also mentioned earlier, right? That we are all
Hmm.
not perfect. We make
Yes.
mistakes. And that's how
Right.
we learn. So believe in yourself, make mistakes because
Yeah.
we are making a difference here and it's okay to make mistakes.
True. See, to walk, you need to fall. Now, when a kid starts the baby steps, the kid falls so many times, and then only it starts
Yes,
walking. So, I think we also, as a human, as a grown up, if we do mistakes, there's no. See, I believe in one thing, Richa. I do mistakes, and I actually admit them. I tell them that I did this
correct.
mistake. I don't feel that fear. How do I tell this? What will the friend person think about me? No. And many people in my field who have worked with me, has my family also, friends also, they say that, Sarah, how can you do this? I said, when I have done it, I have done it. But at the same time, when I have not done it, I also stand for it. I raise my voice for it, that this I have not done it. And I think everyone should have this kind of courage in them. When you do a mistake, admit it, and when you have not done also, just don't sit quiet. Many people have that fear. How will he or she feel? Or my relationship will get spoiled, or my this thing will get spoiled. Nothing is going to change. You have to be yourself. See, you have just told, for the educators, you said believe in yourself. It was just a 3 words, but actually it meant a lot. The
Yes.
depth of it is too much. There's a lot behind, and believe in yourself. There are many things comes inside believe in yourself. So it was really wonderful to
Yeah.
have you, Richa. And before I end this conversation with you, I want you to give us a little more information about where your school is located, to what age group are you catering to, and are the admissions open now if the parents want to enroll their kids? Please give us a little information about this.
Sarah, we are located in Whitefield, Nagondanahalli. And
Okay.
parents who are interested to know more about us, they can book their experience in Prachati.
Okay.
They can go to our website and they can book Prachati experience. They can opt for that and they can visit our
Okay.
campus. We also have open days. The dates of the open days are we will be sharing on social media. We are on Facebook, we are on Insta. We'll share the
Okay.
dates. Open days are again open for everybody who want to see the campus, who wants to get more input. So parents who are still having doubt on experiential learning and want to know more about it, they can visit the campus and they can see.
Okay. ठीक है. So for the viewers, I'll be sharing in your contact details, your school address, and your Instagram and Facebook handles, so that they can go there and get the updates of the open dates and all that, and they can also reach to you. Before I end the conversation, do you want to say anything, Richa?
Yes, I want to say again for everybody, for small children, parents, everybody, the same statement: believe yourself. And when you do something and you realize, then work on it. So
True.
when we start working on it, because we know that we are making we are making difference, and
Right.
then we realize in that process, that's the motto of Prachiti. You reflect. When you
Right.
reflect, you understand that what you are doing, what more you
Absolutely.
can do to make things work. That
Absolutely.
reflection is something which we have to do at every point of time. Anybody, whosoever, we have to reflect on our action.
Absolutely right. Richa, you didn't mention what age group kids can enroll with you.
See, we are preschool, and
Okay.
we handle children from 1 year until 6 years. We
Okay.
also run parent toddler, yeah, we also run parent toddlers program. So I mentioned, right, that parents, they also come up with a lot of doubts and lot of questions. So we also do
Mhm.
that. We do sessions on the campus itself, where parents can come along with their younger ones, and they
Mhm.
can share their doubts, their curiosities, and we are here to help them out.
Okay. ठीक है. So this information will also be helpful to our viewers who would like to come, So I would definitely suggest my viewers to at least go on the open days when they mention it on the Facebook and Instagram, and have an hands-on experience, because no matter how much of you and me talk about it, Richa, it's basically till they don't experience it in real, that's a really different feeling. To hear and to just think about it, it's really inspiring to me. I just can't wait to come and see your place and experience this and see how
Definitely. I
yeah, I would
invite you, please do.
definitely, I would definitely one day come to your place and meet you and experience this. So thank you so
Thank you.
much, Richa, for sharing your incredible insights, experiences with us. It's really refreshing to know that schools like Prachiti are creating spaces where children can grow as curious, confident, compassionate individuals. Getting a lot of, I think, words are less to express that what you people are doing. Hats off to you.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best, all the success in your coming future, and good
Thank you,
luck to you.
Sarah.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, Sarah. Thank you. It was nice being here with you.
Same
Thank
here,
you.
it was a pleasure to have you on my channel. Thank you. So I think you all had a wonderful session today, understanding how this education has been revolved in a different way with experiments, new way of teaching. I'm sure you should visit this place and experience to know about it. So basically, it's an inspiration, it's an experience, empowerment, lot of learnings is what you're getting from my channel. Tomorrow again we have a exciting guest with us. Do tune in at 1 o'clock with us. And if you want to get your startup, your story enrolled with us, you want to share your story with us on our YouTube channel, I've left my contact details in the description. Please do get in touch with me. Until then, take care, be safe, see you soon.